and the Fisherman. Dude! All right, well, let's talk about some lines, okay? So we got the downward channel. That's what we're seeing. We got this downward channel that's clearly forming. I find it personally interesting that the downward channel seems to be taking potentially a quick rest here. Rest going down, rest going up. And I think that's related, dude. I think it's related, dude, to something about 33,000. Dude, obviously. You know what I mean, dude? There's Ninja Dave, dude, said this in a comment that I think was literally deleted. Literally, Ninja Dave comment got deleted. If I'm not recording this, I'll shoot myself in the head. Thank God! Ninja Dave, dude, I saw your comment that YouTube deleted. You said there was strong support at about 30K, and I did say something previously in previous videos about 33K, and it does look like there's some interesting support at 33K. You know, just around look at all the price action that's very resistant to the downside and just persistent to the upside. So it's really hard to say, you know, like objectively, I would have to say this downward channel is implying some downward, you know, motion. I just think we got a nice little interesting story, you know, potential momentum shifter that I think is related to this downward, you know, this is just a significant line to cross. Like Bitcoin can cross this line. It's still in the channel, but I definitely think it's worth noting that this line, that's not even the high, you know, that's 69 or 59,000. We got 64,000 approximately the high. I mean, that's an interesting number to think about. All right, let's talk about NuCypher, dude. NuCypher, dude. Oh, man, dude. Literally, I'm not kidding, dude. You can think I'm lying, but I'm not. I drew this line before NuCypher ever got anywhere near that. So, and I drew this line. I think I had this right after I made the last White Knuckle report is when I drew this line. And you can see my last two lines. It didn't work out that way, but I think a few days after that, maybe on Monday or Tuesday, I drew this line, and I find it interesting that it just bounced off that line. And what do you think I did? I just bought that. All right, what else am I really loading the boat on here? I gotta say, SNX. Oh my Lord, dude. If you are not in on SNX and you've never bought SNX before, the best advice I can ever tell anyone in their entire life in this moment, because this is a passing transient moment, is to buy SNX. I say that from the bottom of my heart. Like, here's what's interesting about SNX. You guys know what's going on with this AMC, right? So this whole synthetic shares, it's very simple concept is you got synthetic shares in the market just trying to drive down the price. Just another practice, you know, naked shorting. It's just another practice that's used to just drive down the price of stocks that, you know, for whoever's reasons or being whatever they want to manipulate it, ultimately just because they just want to make money on the downside and they see this as being overvalued. So they're using synthetic shares, AMC, there's synthetic shares in this stock to basically drive the price down. And we have synthetics. Now, basically, the relationship here, it's not that they're like Wall Street short sellers are not using synthetics like the company SNX. They're doing a different thing. But SNX is a project that's essentially going to subvert these types of practices. You see what I'm saying? SNX is going to make it so that the concept of naked shorting will never exist because you're dealing with a blockchain. You can't have synthetic anything on the blockchain. But in these stock markets, in these weebles, in these dark pools or whatever, you can have synthetic things because it's not on a blockchain. It's just not as good. The ledger's not as good. So SNX, interestingly enough, is very related in what's going on with AMC and just in the stock market in general. And we're about to see some really interesting stuff unfold like this month, this summer, man. Dude, this is the time, dude. Oh my God. Literally buy SNX. Please, for the love of God, buy SNX. For the love of God, buy NuCypher. Oh my God. I can't tell you. Here's what I'll tell you is a big connector. I find this is interesting. NuCypher on the 4-hour chart. Once again, you know, this looks like we got an uptrend here. You know, we kind of seem like NuCypher's kind of turned the corner. Here's what I said last week about how altcoins can affect Bitcoin. I know, I'm crazy. I'm a psycho Looney Tune. I've never heard anyone talk about what I'm about to talk about, but this is what I want to say. 4-hour chart. Look at the trading volume in this 4-hour nugget. 5.2 thousand. What's it for NuCypher? 1.689 million in this 4-hour nugget for NuCypher. This is what I'm about to say. I've never heard anyone say this. Call me right the fuck out, right? If this doesn't make sense to you. I think it's possible that NuCypher is going to get some momentum to pump, do one of these, maybe break this line of resistance. Who knows? Could be anything. A little bit of pump here. People are going to make money on that pump. And I think that NuCypher might be playing a role here in the Bitcoin. Like, NuCypher might be the X factor that's going to drive Bitcoin out of this resistance line. Because you have to realize how interconnected the whole crypto market. That's why I always start on Bitcoin. Let's talk about Bitcoin. Because Bitcoin is telling basically the whole thing. But I'm saying we're at a phase in the market where other assets are attractive to investors, and those assets almost are kind of picking up their own momentum, slightly independent of Bitcoin, but at the same time influencing Bitcoin. So here's the point. If NuCypher pumps and does some crazy, goes up to literally retraces like not even who knows how much it's going to retrace on this next pump. If people double their money because NuCypher is just setting up and it breaks these resistance points, a lot of that money could probably flow into Bitcoin, And at the same time, I'm saying the same thing for AMC here. I'm saying that AMC, people making money on AMC is likely to flow into Bitcoin as well. We have a lot of catalysts for Bitcoin that you can't see on the chart. And I'm talking real dollars to donuts catalysts. I'm not talking about this like, oh, China does this, El Salvador, like Venezuela, like none of that matters, dude. What affects the price action is when people make a lot of money off crazy stuff like this. Tons of people are going to make a whole lot of money off AMC. You're going to have straight up new whales in on Bitcoin here because of things like AMC. And I even think, I don't know if I can say that about NuCypher, but I can say that about AMC, that there's going to be a correlation. At the peak of AMC, there's going to be a correlation to Bitcoin. And so these are the like, you got to think all this interconnected lunacy here and stuff. And I don't even know, dude. It's a good time. Build up your cash reserves, man, because you don't know how low this thing's going to go. We don't know how low this thing's going to go. It could break out, happy euphoria. And Ninja Dave called it. Ninja Dave, I'm saying about 33K. Ninja Dave said about 30. I think, there's some evidence to support that. Look how resistance it is. Look how much resistance there is at about every time it's like 30. It's like it just, you really see it bounce off that. And then here you get a little extra, like I was kind of more expecting at least to get down here. And that's what's interesting too. Right there, you get a story of like, this stuff's always on a gradient spectrum. It's like, is it going to go to this line? Oh, you need even get support or resistance, even if it does. Like nothing, you just have to watch this thing unfold and be prepared for both sides. And basically that means have cash reserves. Have cash reserves, dude. Use USDC. Hold profits on USDC. I've been doing that because of BlockFi, and they pay you 8.5 APY a year. Here I am, walking billboard. Jesus. But but use USDC. Use stable coins, because if you build up your cash reserves on stable coins, you can buy all these dips, kid. So that's why I'm like, when I see NuCypher just tanking, just suffering, that's what I'm doing for fun. My fun is using my stablecoin reserve cash stockpile to buy that. So, good dude.